continue to talk about speed, but it's actually Speedy for this interview. The Hofstra men's basketball team is currently on a 6-game winning streak after rallying to beat Northeastern yesterday 76-73 on Joe Mahalik Day. Now 19-9 overall, 11-4 in the Colonial Athletic Association, sitting third in the standings. The Pride are now getting ready for March. And joining us now, the head coach of the Hofstra Pride, Speedy Claxton. Speedy, welcome back to Sports Extra. How are you tonight?
I'm great, Tina. How's everything?
Everything is good. It's so good to have you back. And, I mean, an exciting comeback yesterday on a special day, of course, honoring the former Hofstra head coach. Speedy, what do you attribute the team's current winning streak to right now?
Guys totally brought in. They totally brought in. It took us a little while there to gel. We had a lot of injuries throughout the season. I feel like we never really had a full team. It seemed like whenever we got somebody back, somebody else went down. So right now we actually got the whole team pretty healthy. I think that's why we're playing some good basketball.
You mentioned the injuries. You also had a couple of tough non-conference games to start this season. How has the team grown, though, since then with those challenges through this all?
Yeah, I think those early games prepared us for the situation that we're in right now. Going against that big competition, that size and athleticism, and now we're playing against guys, similar size. I think it helped.
You did have that big win, though, over top 25 Arkansas back in December.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one for us.
Look at you. How did that impact the team's confidence? I mean, just knowing that they could do this. How did you see that impact them?
It really impacted us because, in the earlier games, you could say that we should have won a couple of those against the high majors. We had Houston on the ropes. We probably should have won. We probably should have beat Maryland. And, just to get that one under our belt after coming so close early in the year, it was very gratifying.
And Maryland's my alma mater, so I'm sorry, I had to root for the Terps in that one. Let's talk about some of your players. You've got junior guard Aaron Xtra. I mean, he continues to lead the way, leads the team in scoring. He's been named CAA Player of the Week 5 times so far. What has impressed you about him?
Honestly, his work ethic. And even though he has so many CAA Player of the Weeks under his belt, it doesn't stop his work ethic. He's still in the gym every day, getting extra shots. He's always one of the first ones there. Even on game days, he's out on the court extremely early.
What does Darlington Dubar give you defensively?
Yeah, he's one of our best defenders. He could guard multiple positions. He can guard anybody from the 1 to the 4 position. So he gives some true versatility on the perimeter.
You've had such exciting games, and you had the comeback yesterday, and you had another amazing game against Elon recently, where senior Omar Silverio, he shattered Hofstra and CAA record books. He came off the bench, scored 11 three-pointers, and had a career-high 40 points. I mean, besides those numbers, what stood out about his performance?
He didn't really take any bad shots. He kind of just let the game come to him, and that's what we expect, and that's what we want from Omar.
Yeah, and he seems to have really gotten going since that game, too. Speedy, what have you enjoyed most now about your first head coaching experience so far?
Overall, just being around my guys and seeing them improve as a team throughout the course of the year, and just, getting better and better game by game.
So let's talk about March. And you remember, of course, you were an assistant coach a couple of years ago when the team punched their ticket to the tournament by winning the conference championship. But that March Madness never happened due to the pandemic. How much more does that make you and your team, especially the players that were there, just want to get back to that opportunity because you lost out the first time?
Yeah, we felt like we got shortchanged there. Here we are, conference winners, ultimate goal, ultimate dream. We worked extremely hard for it. And, for teams like us, that doesn't happen every year. So, in order, that year we got there, and to not fully see it through, it kind of hurts. So we definitely want to get back there.
And one final question, Speedy, and I have to ask you this, unfortunately, but the biggest story in college basketball today was Michigan head coach Juwan Howard. I mean, obviously someone you know from your careers in the NBA.
Yeah.
He had those words with Wisconsin head coach Greg Gard, and then he hit assistant Joe Krabenhoff. What's your reaction to that? And can you relate to those heated moments sometimes after games?
Yeah. It was sad to see. I was actually watching the game live when it happened. And I just couldn't believe what I was witnessing. But, it's a tough situation. I just think it was, overall bad for the game of basketball. I think a bunch of people were wrong in the situation. But, I mean, Juwan's he's a big man. He's going to have to, be disciplined here because, we got to keep our hands to ourselves no matter what happens.
Yeah. All right, Speedy.
He's the face of that program, so hopefully cooler heads will prevail.
That's for sure. Thank you so much for talking about that. And Speedy, best of luck in your final 3 games of the regular season before the CAA tournament, which starts March 5th. And thank you for joining us tonight.
All right. Thanks, Tina.
All the best to you, and Sports Extra will be right back.